All right, are we live? I gotta send this out, guys. This is just crazy. I'm watching this right now. Oh my goodness, this is just unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Oh my goodness. I gotta send out this link. Oops. Doing this very spontaneously here. When is this gonna resume? Let's see. In a couple minutes. So. Holy cow. This is just... Oh man, this is insane. So we'll see when this opens back up. I might, I mean, right now it's hands off. I took one trade on this thing. Well, I've taken several trades on it. Little scalp trades earlier in the day when it wasn't like going like just, I mean, this is just insane. But I took one dip trade on it right here and got totally burned. I was in at 63 and then I had to get out at 59.60, and that was on 500 shares, so pretty big size. I took a dollar hit, so I took about a $500 loss on that. I was up $100 on it before then, but I just got burned on it right here on this dip. I was in at 63, and then it just totally broke down. Oh my god. Okay, so it's just halted. It's just resumed lower, which is definitely not bullish. So we could see that might have been the high there, but oh man, if this thing curls back up, I mean, this is gonna be crazy. Right now I'm gonna be hands off. You could catch a break through this high at 72 if it does curl back up. You could enter there, but this is right now, this is just nuts. Okay, the thing is, usually I could go for a dip on this, but I'm just nervous because it's just coming out of a halt. So knowing that it has the potential to halt, I don't want to get stuck in a halt going down. Look at this now. Holy cow. This thing is moving like crazy. Moving like crazy. Oh my god. I do not want to buy this right now. I am way too scared. I am way too scared to be buying this right now. There's no shot. I want to, right? But I'm not going to. I could for maybe 100 shares. I could go in on this, but right now, I mean, this is nuts. It just dropped $7 in a minute, and now it's popping back up. So you could have bought that dip there. You could have bought that dip there. That's $3 a share just on that dip. This is insane. Oh my god. Right now I'm hands off. I'm hands off this thing, but I stuff like this just puts a smile on my face. You see what this is doing right now, and the options are going crazy. I've been looking at the options. I'm actually in the options. You can see I'm down $1,000 on this stock right now, 1,200. But I know that the options pricing right now is just going ballistic. I mean, this is just insane. Look at this. I sold 555 calls. I'm way out of the money on those, but the pricing on those is way out of whack right now. So I actually still feel good about that because this is just crazy. Typically, what we'll get is some sort of snap back to reality eventually. But right now, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a curl back up. I would expect this to move even lower. I mean, even $61 is just way too high. But now back at 67. I mean, this is just unbelievable what we're seeing right here. So I'm down 400 trading this. Like I said, I had a trade on it earlier on this dip, and I got burned. I was in at 63, and I had to stop out down here. I was down like $1,000 at the low of this candle on the trade, but I mean, obviously, I could have, if I just held it, I'd been up like, I don't know, 4 or 5 grand on that position or more. I mean, it's just ridiculous what we're seeing right now. I'm just way too nervous to get in this, as I think everyone probably should be. But you just gotta ask the question. I mean, who are all these buyers? It's just a massive squeeze going on. That's going on right now. Look at this now. Oh my goodness. I mean, if we break 72, all hell is gonna break loose. This is just absolutely insane. I almost want to just buy 100 shares just to like be in it. But even 100 shares, I mean, that is a lot of risk. Just 100 shares. and it's just moved in 1 minute from 72 down to 60, dropping $12, and now it's coming all the way back up to the highs. What is happening? Oh my god. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And this is all-time high territory for GameStop. I'll go to the monthly chart. I mean, this is like all of GameStop's trading since 2005. And this is in 1 day, essentially. What's happening here is a move from right around in here. Oh my god. And it's just made a new high. I mean, this is just unbelievable. I can't, I'm down tremendously on this name, and yet I can't help but smile. And this is gonna be it right here. I can't imagine that this could, this could be a false halt even. Nope, it's actually halted again. Oh my god. What a roller coaster. And I have to say, I'm salivating at the fact that I could have bought that dip right there. But typically when you get a halt that opens going up and then opening lower, this is a really bearish sign. But for it to come all the way back up to the highs, just negate that entire $12 drop in 1 minute, that is also really bullish. So it's what we're seeing right now is like, this is anybody's guess, but I don't know. This could go higher. We could see this at $80, $100. Like who's to say, really? But this is no question. This is just a massive short squeeze that's going on right now, and it's unbelievable. This is just crazy. I can hardly catch my breath. I hope I'm not dramatizing this too much, but like this is pretty epic in my opinion. You just had a stock halt going. GameStop is just halted. What is happening right now? It just halted at $72. It's up $30 net, $70 or 70%. Halting going up, resumes lower, drops $6 like that, and then instantly all the way back up to the highs. This is unbelievable. I'm definitely staying away. I can't trade this right now unless there's some setup on it. I don't know. I'm just too scared. I'm just too scared because I don't want to buy the high. It seems like it's just going up and up and up and up, and like anywhere you buy is just fine. But it seems like that until it's not. So we'll see when this opens up again what happens. I wonder, it might open higher this time, and if it opens higher, that could just be that could be the catalyst to get this thing to $80. Really, I think $80 is definitely in the cards, because this is just what we just saw right there. It's just so bullish. I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. Guys, if you are liking this, come on, slap a like on this video, man. This is just crazy. I don't believe this. This is nuts. And I would not advise anyone to trade this right now. Especially if you're green on the day, do not touch this thing. Just do not touch it. And if you're red on the day, also just don't touch it. It's just not. This is a. I can't even talk right now. But I don't know. Just any entry here would have been good. It's just pissing me off because every time I think it's going parabolic, I haven't seen parabolic yet, right? It just keeps making its previous parabolic move look like it's not parabolic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just keeps getting steeper and steeper. These candles are getting bigger and bigger, and there's no sign of stopping. I would say there was a sign of stopping with this huge halt, this huge halt resumption candle going down. To me, I thought that was going to be the end. That's why I didn't want to buy the dip. I didn't want to buy the dip because, I think it's at this point in time when you're looking at it like this, or how can I get it so whatever. If you're looking at it with just this red candle coming down here, I think it's extremely reasonable actually for this to drop literally $10 in 1 minute back down to VWAP at 54 or 52. Seriously, that could have been just as reasonable. But the fact that it caught a bid here at 62 and then just came all the way back up to the highs, this is just incredible. This is just incredible. So when's this going to open up again? In about 60 seconds here. So we'll see what this does. Oh, man. I'm salivating at this because there's just so many opportunities on it, but it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous, Okay, so we'll see this open up in about 50 seconds. And I'm not watching literally any other stocks right now. I just have no interest in anything else that's happening in the stock market right now. This is what's happening. All eyes are on this. Doing 2 million shares of volume in every candle, and we've got about 30 seconds until this resumes. So come on, guys, like this video. Come on, we only have 1 like on this video. We got 6 people watching. Come on, we can do better than that. This is just nuts. But yeah, I'm excited to see this open up again. We got about 20 seconds until this resumes. Again, I'm going to be hands off. I'm not going to trade this because this is just, I don't know, just so dangerous here. So let's see. We got about 10 seconds here. 10 seconds until we resume here. 1 second. All right. Oh my God, it opens lower again. There's no way. There's no way it can, dude, there's no way it can come back through the highs. I mean, this stock needs to fit. Like this is really bearish, but I mean, it looks like it's going to make a new high, you know? If this candle can close anywhere near 73, this is I just can't believe this. This is the second halt resumption lower on a halt going up. So this is unsustainable. This is very unsustainable. I'm not touching this thing. I am not touching this thing. I don't care if it rips to 75. It's about to rip to 75. This is unbelievable. You never see this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity right here, and I'm just sitting back enjoying the show. This is just unbelievable. I don't believe what I'm seeing. I mean, I haven't been trading for that long, you know, but I have some experience, and in my experience, I mean, look at this. It's at $75. And it's halting going up again? Nope. I don't even know if that was a false halt or what that was. There's a little hesitation there. But this is, I mean, this is just crazy. Okay, we're coming back down now. We'll see if this can become a red candle, then maybe finally we're losing some steam on this. But right now, I mean, we just made a new high, so how can I even say that? But when these halts start coming in, this is just looking so dangerous. But I kind of want to prepare for a dip trade here. I'm gonna look for maybe 300 shares on a dip. But again, this could be a good dip right here. But I think it has potential for lower. Yeah. See, you don't want to get in too early. But now it's really starting to come down. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. It's too dangerous. You could have bought the dip there, maybe, but I almost took it, but I decided not to. This is just too dangerous. I really want to stay away. But look at that. Look how lucrative that dip was. Unbelievable. 66 back up to 71 like that on 300 shares. I mean, that was an unbelievable opportunity. I can't believe I just passed on that. Oh, man. But I had to. You know, in 1 minute, it could be back down at 59, and I'm losing 1,500. And it's just, look at this now. Oh, my goodness. This is just unbelievable. I mean, this has got to run out of steam eventually. This cannot continue. We are at $72 on GameStop, a company with a business model that's totally flawed. Like this company sucks. This is unbelievable. It's the Wall Street bettors. It's the Wall Street bets people that are buying this thing up and keeping this thing afloat and squeezing out the big fish, because there are big fish in this thing that are getting squeezed hard. Oh man, okay, it's starting to come down now. Anytime I see a big red candle like that, I'm looking for a possible dip, because you see all these wicks, it's coming back up. And these are really lucrative. So we'll see here. I just really don't want to buy at the bottom of a red candle that then flushes another $10 against me like that, because eventually that will happen. But look here now. Wow, look at that. Another really good dip opportunity there. 67 back up to 70. $3 a share on 300 shares, that's $900, almost $1,000, just like that. But this is looking like it's setting back up here. I wouldn't count this out just yet. We could see this back up toward the highs, honestly. Again, it has to give up eventually, but right now, these bottom wicks, I mean, the buyers are definitely still here. One more dip and I might get in this thing, because the buyers are starting to come through again. There was some like relieving some shares there. Some sellers came through. This could be a good entry right here. I'm calling it right now. I'm not taking it, but this would be a good entry. That little red candle right there. You got a nice bullish hammer candle here. We'll see if this can push. Okay, the volume's not there right now, but it can come. It can come. It needs to get over 73. Over 73 and it can come. Over 73 and we'll see 77 again. Here it comes. Look at this now. Oh my goodness. Look at this now. Back up to 77 maybe. If this is a failed break, then obviously that's bearish. Looking like a failed break now. We'll see if buyers can give it another shot. We still got 20 seconds on this candle. Nope, sellers are prevailing now. I might look for a dip here. I'm very hesitant to take a trade on, like very, very hesitant. I have to see this really start to come down. This is the area where those wicks are forming, so if you're going to take a dip trade, it could be here. This could be a good dip spot, and it was. Look at that. Look at that. That was another good dip spot. You have 4 wicks there now. This is just unbelievable. 10 shares, $2 scalp. Nice. Good job. Good job. Again, this is really risky. If you want to try your hand at this thing, it's really risky right now. But again, the overall look on this right now is it's kind of setting up. It's kind of setting up. This isn't complete. This isn't bearish yet by any means. I'm not counting this thing out. That's what makes the dips even better, because if you catch a dip on a bullish setup, then you've got even more context to work in your favor. We'll see now. Could we get another dip possibly? I might even want to go down to like 50 shares or something. Here it comes now. Any one of these, it could break lower to 63 like that. So you have to be super careful. Here it comes. Look at that. Oh, I wonder if buyers are going to step in. It looks like they might. This is such a tug of war here. Such a tug of war. But again, even if it, I mean, this could still be setting a higher low here, and then a push back up to $80. Like, it's so like. But we'll see. It's coming down lower now. It's tempting. It's so tempting. Oh my goodness, it's so tempting. I want to hit the buy button. But no, this is where it's starting to break down. I don't want to. This is the part. See, this is what I was worried about. You don't want to be buying here. And now look at this. A halt going down. Wow. Okay, you could even buy this. You could buy into this halt going down. That would be savage. But I'm not. I mean, obviously, you'd have to be out of your damn mind to do that. But you could do it, because look at this now. It's a little. It's definitely risky. But let me see. I mean, this is just. I don't believe what we're seeing here. This is absolutely insane. Yeah. I mean. I was trying to see if like any upward trend it could still be intact, because this to me looks like an obvious low right here. This is still would be a lower low. If we open higher, I mean, just there's a lot of possibilities here. So I'm glad I didn't buy that dip. And that's exactly what I meant, what I was talking about too, is if you look to buy all these dips, right? It's like, it's great. There's like great opportunities here. You buy this dip, 300 shares, it pops back up. I mean, that's 4 shares, 300 shares, that's $1,200 right there, just on a dip trade. Like, that happens in 10 seconds. But you have to be careful, because at any moment that what you think is the dip trade could be the finally the buyers giving way, sellers dominating, and just a complete capitulation and going lower down to, you know, lose $6 a share like that. So you got to be lost $3 a share on 5 shares. I mean, at least you're taking small size. But I mean, what we're seeing right now, I'm just sitting back. I'm enjoying the show. I mean, this is just epic. This is epic. But I couldn't be happier to have lost money on. Well, I'm not happy that I lost money on it, but I'm like, I still feel like I'm excited. I like what I'm seeing here. Like, this is just fun. It's fun action. And I am personally a little bit glad that we're getting, finally it's giving up. If I could choose, I would want this thing to go lower, because well, holy shit, excuse my language. I'm down 2,000 on this, like, right now. This is wow, okay. So, wow, okay. Obviously the options pricing on this right now is just completely out of whack. So I don't want to jinx it, but I'm not going to be actually down $2,000 on this. As you can see, I sold calls on this, and GameStop right now only has, if you look at the options chain, it only has calls up to 60 strike. So I mean, it'd be great to sell $80 calls on this thing expiring today, but you don't have that option. So, but what I did do is I sold 55 calls. which is a little bit scary. Obviously, that's gone against me quite a bit. So these are in the money by quite a bit. But I mean, look at the spreads on this. I mean, this is just insane. So you look at the spreads on that, and I sold 5 of them. The mark is 10.87. So I mean, yeah, I'm down on these, you know, a shit ton. All right, but the reality is we have a halt going down at 63. All, you know, most likely this will open lower. This could open as low as $55, honestly. I mean, that would not shock me. And if we open at $55, all of a sudden those options that I sold are at the money. I'm not too worried about it. I honestly feel like this, the more parabolic it goes, the bigger the drop you can expect. We'll open up in about a minute, 90 seconds here. I mean, this is crazy. My heart is like beating on this just because it's so exciting. I don't know. I just find it like so exciting. But I'm glad I'm not stuck in this halt going down. I'll say that for sure. But wow, I mean, guys, come on. If you like this action, come on, hit the like button, subscribe, man. This is what I do. I'm out here watching this stuff. Usually I do recaps every day of my day trading and stuff like this, but today is just a crazy day. I have no idea where I'm going to finish on the day. I may take a dip trade. I'm red $400 on this. I'm tempted to take another trade on it just because the opportunities are there, not because I'm red or green on it. But I mean, the opportunities on this are really good. And coming out of this halt, if we open lower, I would definitely be looking for a dip trade on this on the halt resumption. If we open lower, I'm looking for a dip. If we open higher, I'm gonna stay away. I mean, I don't know. If we open higher, it's one of those things where like I would want to get in, but I'm not going to because I just am not going to. But if we open lower, especially if we open below VWAP, which you guys are probably like, what the hell? How's that gonna happen? Trust me, it very well it could. But I just don't know with this right now because GameStop, let's see, we got about 10 seconds. I kind of lost track of time there. So 10 seconds. I'm gonna go for 200 shares. That's actually a pretty good amount of risk right there. Actually, I'm gonna go for 100 shares. Who am I kidding? Okay, so we open lower. So that would have been a good entry right there. That would have been a good entry. The problem is I was hovering over join the bid, which is probably the wrong button. I should have just marked it in if I was gonna do it. But this. Right now, it doesn't look super strong to me. This doesn't look super strong to me. I think GME will come down now. Oh well, I'm just gonna shut up because this thing just does what it wants to do. Clearly, there was a really good dip trade on there. That's why I said if we do open lower, I would probably look for the dip trade. I mean, we just opened at 62. We're back at 68. This is nuts. This is nuts. I don't know even what to say about it because. I've never seen a stock trade like this before, but it does seem like now. I mean, buyers are going to be exhausted now. I just don't see this. I don't see this making a new high. I think 76.70 was probably the high, but that's just my guess. Because honestly, at the end of the day, this is just doing its own thing, and I mean. This stock does not give a crap about what you think or where you think it's going to go. I mean, we had 2 halts going up that opened lower and then came back and made a new high. What? Like, what the hell? That's unbelievable. So that just tells you the amount of strength that this has. Ooh! I didn't want that entry. I liked it at the bottom. Let's see if it can come back down to the open price of that halt. Huh. Good thing I canceled that. Wow. I want to see if this can get back down to 61.70. It's got some support there. But the problem is if it comes back down there, the more times it tests, the more times it can crack. So now, even if I had been triggered in there, I probably would have been able to. I might have been able to get away from it. But we'll see what happens here. I'm very scared of GameStop right now. I'm very scared of it. Let's see. I was down $2,000 on it. Now I'm only down 1,000. Now I'm only down 800. So again, those options are moving fast. Here it comes now down to that support. It's breaking through. It's coming lower. See if it'll hold this support. Nope. It's breaking. It's breaking. I'm pissed because these are good dip entries, but the problem is it looks like it's actually breaking down now. Oh, well, there was a decent entry there at 60.50. I mean, but who's to say? Like, it's just not. These aren't good dip entries because it looks like it's actually breaking down now. That's the difference. Is it looks like the party's finally over for GameStop. That's what it looks like. Okay, I'm not saying that's the case. This thing can defy all odds. But here it comes now, moving lower. Now I'm only down 700 on it. So on those contracts, I'm only down 300 because I'm down 400 trading the stock. I'm now that the volume is still really good, but I'm going back up to 300 shares because the range of these candles has tapered a bit. But we'll see if this goes lower now. It probably will. This is just pretty bearish. I mean, it should come down to VWAP. Like that's the target. That's the downside target. Is definitely VWAP, and that's why I wouldn't really look for a dip on this until we get down to VWAP. Unless we get a break lower, like a quick snap lower, then I'd take advantage of that imbalance. But until we get down to VWAP, I don't see a good entry. I don't see a good entry right here. Yeah, this is not a good entry. I mean, on the 5-minute chart, you have this this moving average, but that's not enough for me. That's not a good support. Typically, the 20 is a good support, but the problem is what we've seen is that it hasn't on this 5-minute chart. It hasn't come to the. Okay, now, hold on. I wanna look at this now. No, I was looking for a quick snap capitulation lower to VWAP or through VWAP there, like a $5 break to the downside. I would have punched the buy button so hard. I would have punched it so hard. You have no idea. Yeah, I mean, so as I was saying, like we haven't seen this thing touch the 20 since right here, and it was at 44 bucks. Since then, it's been all upside. That scares me because as we come down here, I'm not confident in as much momentum we had going up. I'm not confident that any resistance support level, excuse me, would be able to stop this thing from stop it from defying gravity. I think gravity will reign supreme, and eventually this will come back down to at least 50 bucks. I don't know how this could not. I mean, I don't know. I feel like when the squeeze is not in play, there's literally nothing stopping this from just going back down to 50 bucks because this stock doesn't belong here at 60 bucks. This makes literally no sense. And that context was important up here at 73 bucks too. It's like nobody is buying this. I mean, you see that there's price action in here. That means there are buyers and sellers. That means shares are being exchanged. That means that there are buyers that want to buy this. Basically what I'm saying is nobody's buying this at 73 bucks going, "Oh yeah, GameStop looks great at 73 bucks." No. They're buying this for scalp opportunities, for day trading purposes only, and it's algos and it's mainly just short sellers getting squeezed out as well. But if I'm a short seller up here at 73, I'm like, screw this, no way. I want to be short here at 73. Like, yes, I'm way down on my position, but why the hell would I get rid of my short position up here? You know? Why the hell would you give up your short position? If you are getting squeezed out here at 73 bucks, you're a fool. You're a fool. Heck, if you're getting squeezed out at 60 bucks, in my opinion, you're a fool. Why the hell would you dump your short position at either of those prices? I'm looking at this closely now. It's coming. I really want to see this at VWAP, but I don't want to buy this just yet. What's my order at? 300 shares? Let's go down to 200. I'm scared. I want that break. Break to 56. Break to 56 now, quickly. We should get it. We should get it. I want that break. Lower. I want lower. See, we're not getting it. I want a real break lower, like a harsh break. I want something big. Come on. I'm not gonna take it unless I see exactly what I want happening. Right now, I want a break to at least 56 bucks. If not 55 or 54. which I realize is a lot to ask, but I think it will get there. It just, let's see now. 57. Come on. I want a big break. Big, big, big. Volume's not enough. We need bigger. Break. Break. This is a very slow grind. It's hard to buy a dip on this because sellers are really strong here. I want an imbalance. I don't see an imbalance right now. This is just value belongs here, so I'm not going to trade it. I need to see a real up. This could. I don't know the halt levels. That's what's scaring me. I don't know the halt levels. I'm going down to 100 shares. 56. I want to see a break to 55. It doesn't count if it's grinding down to the level. I don't like that. Look, it was a good dip opportunity. Like right there, that was a good dip opportunity. And now you've got, well, it looks like now maybe it's not done coming down. We could be getting the bounce off VWAP here. So I mean that, yeah, it's too tricky. That was tough. I wouldn't have taken that because again, it's that grind lower, and that's tough to trade. I want that snap lower, buy that bottom, and then the just fluctuation back up like within 2 seconds. Scalp that. But when it's grinding lower like that, that tells you that like I don't know, that to me that signals that like value is like moving lower, and it's I don't know. To me, I don't buy dips like that because to me it's not a dip. It's just like the stock is moving lower. But now, I mean, it would have worked. You're in at 56.50. You're out at 59. Yeah, that's it's $3. It's unbelievable that you can get that kind of opportunity on GameStop right now. But don't be fooled. This is going to be a short-lived bounce on VWAP. I really think. I mean, well, I don't know. I say that, but this can really do anything. We could see this back up at 60, 62, 63 before coming back down. But I don't. What I'm saying is I don't think that GameStop's done with the downside yet. I really don't. So as you can see, I was down $2,000. Wait, what was I down? I was down like over $2,000 on this position. Now these option contracts are the pricing's starting to get real, and starting to work out in my favor now as GameStop really starts to lose momentum and lose steam here. But this is just craziness. I've never seen anything like this. But I don't know. I'm pissed because pretty much every opportunity that I've called out on this thing would have worked. I didn't take those opportunities. The one opportunity I did take was before this live stream started. I traded this earlier on in the day, and before this crazy move started happening, I was up like $100 on it. Then I took one trade in this crazy move right here. I bought this dip at 60.60 as it came down. I bought the dip, and it broke lower. It just came lower. It went against me instantly, and I was pissed because not only is it going against me and I'm way down on the position, and I took 500 shares on this position, so I was like down $1,000 just on this scalp trade right here. It bounced back up, and I was able to get away with a $500 loss. I was up 100, now I'm down 400. That's a $500 loss. It was a dollar hit on 500 shares. That's a $500 loss. Not only that, I mean, this up until this point was the best dip opportunity on this. I mean, hindsight 2020, but look, 62.75 down to $58. Oh, whoa, we're at $55. Whoa. Okay, hold on, I want to watch this now. Oh no. Whatever. Not really a great opportunity there either. I do want to pay attention though. I was telling that story, but anyway, the point is, not only did I lose money on the trade and I was pissed because of that, but this is what I look for. Is it's looking kind of extended now. I want damn. I wanted like 53 there, and I would have taken it. I swear. Come now. If it'll break to like 53, 54, whatever. All right. So as I was saying, I had the right idea. I just bought the dip too early. So I bought the dip because up until that point, the dips were about that size. So I bought. looking for a quick fluctuation back up. I was going to be in and out, maybe $100 profit, 20 cents a share on 500 shares. That would have been great. But it broke lower, and I'm thinking to myself, if I had bought the bottom of this dip and caught the pop back up, I mean, the candle closed here, but I'm telling you, this thing popped back up to like here. So that's 61.80 from a 58 entry on 500 shares, $1,500, boom, like that. Sealed the deal. So like I just bought the dip too early, and that's like a $2,000 difference. Typically, I would not trade like this, but I mean, it's just, I mean, buying these dips, it's look how lucrative it is. This of the whole day is the best dip opportunity on this on the stock. Probably the best dip opportunity, one of the best I've ever seen. It resumes, it halts going up, resumes lower, comes down. I didn't touch it because I thought, look, if you come out of a halt going up, opening lower, with a stock moving like this, you just can't take the trade. You just can't do it because this thing, within minutes, this could have opened at 68, dropped here at 62, hesitated for a little bit, maybe the next candle comes, maybe it continues, whatever. The point is, within the next minute, it could have been at $53, and who are you going to complain to? Nobody. You can't complain to anybody because I mean, oh, GameStop went to 54 in 2 minutes and I lost $4,000 on the trade. Well, is GameStop a $54 stock right now? No. It's more like a $20 stock or less. I mean, this whole move here just doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. It's crazy. What's going on is crazy. All right, guys, come on, hit a like on this video, man. This action that we're getting right here is just nuts. This trading is pretty crazy. Look at this dip opportunity, man. 55, now it's back at 60, man. Look at that. I'm gonna take a trade on this eventually. I just need to see the right. I just need to see the right setup, and I don't know. Right now it's bouncing. Whatever. I mean, there's just no way it can get back up to the highs at $75. So this thing's done. It's toast. And I mean, I just wonder who's buying this at $60 right now. This on the 5-minute chart looks like a pretty reasonable bounce off of VWAP, but wow, look at that, break another $1 or $2 higher. But I mean, I guarantee you this thing's gonna finish the day below $60. There's just no way that what we're seeing right here is practical. Especially now you have this huge top wick. I just don't. I'm not gonna be a buyer like anywhere above VWAP from here on out, really, unless I see a real nice break lower that I can scalp. Then I'm just not trading this. Like I'm not buying anywhere above VWAP right now because it's so unreasonable. I can't really justify buying this even for a day trade. The setup's not there. It's too extended right now. It's too extended on the daily chart. It's too extended on the 1-minute chart. It's too extended. Well, on the 5-minute chart, it looks like a good setup, but trust me, you're going to get burned. You buy right here thinking first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and you're just going to get smoked. Because believe me, this thing is coming down. I have no faith in this. But the volume is still really good right now. No denying that. There's still plenty of activity, and there will be more opportunities on this. It's that's why I'm still watching it. Like I said, I'm like, you look here, I'm down on the day like a bunch, but I mean I was down. It showed me down 2,000. Now I'm down 900. And you know, with one trade on GME, realistically, I could push green. I'm not saying that's what I'm going for. I'm only going to take it if the opportunity presents itself. But ooh, I didn't want that. I wanted a little bit lower. But see, now it's coming. See what I said? You just can't trust this. And now on the 5-minute, it's a little bit of a different story if this candle can close at the low. But once again, that would have been a good dip. That would have been 150 bucks right there on 100 shares. $1.50. Yeah, we'll see what can happen here. I mean, this looks like a pretty bullish candle, really. Still could be setting up for a move back up to even 65 bucks actually. But like I said, I don't trust it, not at all. And I'm not buying this thing above VWAP unless I get a good dip on it. The good dip was here, and I could have pulled the trigger. It's just difficult because it tested VWAP, and then here it looks like it's breaking through, and then this, I mean, you gotta have some nerve buying it here, just because, again, you have that test of VWAP and then the breakthrough. Typically what I look for is when it comes down to meet VWAP, I want this break through VWAP. This is what I was saying before. I want this break through VWAP, this crazy sell happening here on the first time it meets VWAP. I wanted this candle like here, like bam, like a breakthrough. I would have bought that dip so hard. I should stop saying I would have bought that dip so hard. That's weird. But yeah, this looks like you know, maybe we see this back up at 65, but from there it's gonna be all over. This is a temporary pop before the continuation lower, in my opinion. That's my guess, but my guesses aren't worth much on this stock today. I'm just pissed about this trade I took earlier and how, I mean, that's because it's like, oh, I lost on it, and then at the same time, there was such a good opportunity. Like, I just missed it. The timing was just a few seconds too early, which is a bummer for sure. It's a bummer. Man, oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 55 here was a good entry. Maybe it was. Because now that I'm thinking about it, let's put the FIBO line in. Where do I even draw it though? Like, where do I even draw this? I mean, I guess I could go from like yesterday. I don't know if that's really, I don't know if that's what people are really looking at necessarily. I don't know. See, sometimes I feel like the retracement lines are a little bit. This looks good. I don't like having these lines on the chart because they're just kind of distracting in my opinion. But you know, people use them, and this looks good. Yeah. The 61.8 is definitely support. So maybe that was good. Maybe that would have been a good entry. It probably would have been. If I had the retracement line, that probably would have sold me. Just because it's extended to the downside at this point a little bit. But I still don't know if I would have taken that trade. But again, I wanted to see more like this kind of break here when it first came down to VWAP. If we had gotten a break like that, that would have been really nice. But right now, I don't see any reason to touch this right now. It's really nothing looking too great on it. Most of the fireworks are over, I will say. But I still feel like I may take a trade on this. See how my options are doing. Still, I mean, the price of these is crazy. Jonathan, yeah, I mean that like literally any trade that I would take on this right now would be a scalp. I've meant, like, that's what I've said repeatedly. Like this is really only for scalping. I don't see why you would trade any setup. I mean, I can't short it. Oh wow, it went to none available to borrow. It was hard to borrow earlier today, and it has always been hard to borrow. I just noticed it went to none to borrow. But no, I mean, obviously I have been scalping this. I got burned on my last scalp here, just trying to buy this dip, and it broke lower. I had to get out. I had to get out on a pop back up, but I could have actually. I mean, obviously if I just held it, it would have worked out, but you know, can't really afford to do that, especially on this name. It's just crazy right now. But yeah, no, pretty much the only setup I'm looking for on this right now is a dip trade. Yo, bro, on the 15th of bud, GM calls expiring on the 22nd, $50 strikes. Oh man, yeah, that sucks, man. That definitely sucks. But you know, you shouldn't feel too bad, because you know, I hate to kind of like, I would just say like $50, like why would you buy a $50 strike expiring a week later? Like that's pretty yeah, right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, $50 strike a week out, that's definitely really risky. I mean, obviously it did work out. That's would have been pretty nice. Okay, here we go. This is kind of what I'm looking for now, but I really want to see this make a new low. Actually, it's hard for me to want to buy a dip on this before we see a new low. But VWAP could be reasonable. I want to go up to 200 shares here. Let's look for the breakthrough VWAP, and let's buy that. It's tough though, because we have this support at 55.40 or whatever as well. So it's like, do you buy in front of VWAP or do you buy in front of 55.40? And I think the cautious way to go is to buy in front of 55.40. But I mean, clearly the dip has already worked out a little bit on this bounce off VWAP. It didn't really even get there though. But even there, you get 57.50. It's already back up at 59.50. I mean, that's a $2 winner right there. And that's why I say, like, pretty much all of these bounces are working out right now. It's pretty crazy. Just tuning in, damn huge move. Yeah, this is just nuts what we're seeing. You believed in the GME hype? I can't believe this. I never saw this coming. I mean, like, I mean, I did look at this. I have been looking at this over the last few days and like, oh, this looks like a pretty good consolidation. Like, this looks like kind of like a bull flag to me, you know? This looks like a pretty bullish setup. I realized that today would have, you know, could have been a strong day for GameStop, but I didn't expect this. No way. This is just nuts. Paper hands, yeah. I mean, what'd you sell out for? $150 on $50 strike. What'd you sell it for? I can't believe we saw this thing at 76 bucks, dude. That is just unbelievable. And now with this bounce off VWAP, I mean, I don't know. The outlook on this is starting to become a little bit more bullish as it starts to hold VWAP for even longer. You know, I mean, the problem is there's still plenty of time left in the day for this to fall apart. But right now, there's I mean, it's holding its own, and I would have expected this to come through VWAP here for sure. So the fact that it's bouncing here and starting to strengthen even at $60 is pretty impressive. It's definitely acting strong, I would say. Yeah, which is not good for me, because I'm not in good shape on these contracts, so I need this to come down below 55 by the end of the day, and you know, but anyway, yeah, I need this thing below 55, which right now it's back up at 62, so we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, we can see this thing at 65 before we break down lower, but I'm surprised it tested VWAP again, and right now, I mean, this is pretty incredible. Wow. Wow. Whew. This thing is hot. This thing is very hot. But again, I mean, at this point, I would stay away from it. The main move is over. We're not going to see this thing back up at 76 anytime soon. But I'm just watching the show. This is definitely a fun show to watch. But this is nuts. 63 bucks. See if it can fail at this this fib line. Looks like it's going to. Ooh, that could have been a good dip right there. You saw the break lower. We'll see if it can give us a little bit more, maybe. Now, see if we can get. That would have been good. I almost bought that. I really did. I wanted it. I was just too nervous. Oh yeah, I wanted that. That would have been a $300 trade so far. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, that was nice. That was a good one. Right down to that moving average. 60.50. 60.50 was the entry on that, and I didn't take it. But yeah, I don't know. This one, I still think eventually it should come down. It should come down. It's still just too high right now. We'll see if this candle will flip red. Still look like it, you know, it looks like it's setting up still, you know. But yeah, don't enter this one, guys. I don't think you should. It should it should come down. I mean, this is still crazy. In fact, in the afternoon, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a pretty considerable sell-off. I think back down to 50 bucks is reasonable, honestly. It's really dark in here. I didn't turn the lights on. I'll do this. Open this window up. That's better. Crazy, 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 crazy stuff, guys. Again, stay away from this. Do not buy this. Despite what the Wall Street bets people are telling you, do not buy this. You will get burned. I promise. At $61, you will get burned. Yo! What's up, Leaf? How's it going, man? Dude, we just saw some crazy action on GameStop here. This is I've never seen anything like it. So yeah, but still looking for a good trade opportunity on this. I don't see it yet. We're not there yet. I want to see this below VWAP first, and then we can look for a dip. But right now, this is just grinding. And again, we can see this back up at 65, 66. But from there, it's gonna be all downside. I guarantee it. There's no way this thing can make a push back up to these highs. I'm calling it now. There's just literally no way. But I mean, if it were to, it's doing exactly what it needs to do. So I will say that. Right now, this is an extremely bullish setup. The 5-minute is a little bit questionable. Obviously, the daily chart doesn't look great right now. But if this wants to make a push back up to 73 bucks, which I think would be just, you know, if that were to happen, I'm willing to say this would be the craziest stock I've ever seen trade in a single day. I mean, I simply would not believe it. And for that reason, I think lower is definitely the next is the more probable move here. These are very tempting dips to buy. Very tempting. It's hard to not buy it. It's just hard when I got burned on the last one I bought. I bought a 500 share dip and I got burned for $1. I lost $500. I was up $100 on it. Now I'm down 400. So it's difficult. And that was right here on this candle right here. Bought the dip in at 60.60. Bam, it dropped down to 58.61. I was down $1,000 on the trade. Boom, it pops back up. I was out, and I lost $1 a share on it. What does it do then? It pops back up. Even just in the next candle, I was in the money over $1. $500 in the green. 5 minutes later, boom, I would have been up $1,000. 10 minutes later, I'd been up. I mean, it's all ifs and buts, though. I'm not gonna. What are you gonna do? What's up, Connor? Thank you, bro. Love you, man. Oh, man. I'm still waiting on this. I really want this to come down through 55. That's really when I'd start to get interested in it, but it's... Right now, there's just nothing there. There's just nothing there. It's all consolidation and just a bunch of wish-wash right now. But I do need this to come down through 55 because I've got contracts. I just sold 5 of these, and they're not looking good. I'll say that they are not looking good. Identical from when I play roulette? Not quite. Not quite. But yeah, I mean, these look really ugly right now, but I still am honestly not that worried about it, because this just does not belong at 62. So we'll see, but I guess the market can remain irrational for longer than you can remain solvent. So we'll see on this. Again, if it's gonna make a push back to freaking $73, then this is exactly what it needs to be doing, is consolidating here. So we'll see if the Wall Street Bets folk can squeeze this back up, but I just don't think so. I don't know. It's just moving sideways right now. Very odd. The volume's coming out of it. It's kind of dying here. Short squeeze is real? Absolutely. Not anymore. But I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I mean, who is covering their short at $72? Like, I mean, no wonder it ran out of steam here. But I guess I just don't understand it. $100 on Monday, dude. You got to be out of your damn mind. If you think this is going to $100 on Monday, I mean, I'll sell you those calls. I mean, how confident are you? I'll sell them to you at a pretty good price. But yeah, I mean, again, it's crazy to me that I mean, if I had a mammoth short position on this thing, and I see this thing at $72, I mean, that is where you want to be in short. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be short at 72. I just don't get who's covering their position there. Like, why the hell would you exit your short position there? 500 shares at $38? Well, good for you, man. That's a lot of money. I hope you sold some in the 70s, dude, because that you're not going to get that shot again. Price perfection, not going to happen. I mean, it's definitely not going to $100. That is for sure. There's no way we see this thing at $100. If we see this at $100, I don't know. I'll do something crazy. I'll YOLO my entire. No, I'm just kidding. There's just no shot we see this at $100. Premium's too high for everyone to buy shorts. No, I mean, well, yeah, premium's too high to buy shorts, but you can sell the calls. That's where you make make the real dough. You sell the premium. Where do we close? Well, definitely, in my opinion, we should probably close probably somewhere around $50. Who thought it'd be $70 today? Nobody. Certainly not me. But just because I was wrong today doesn't mean I'll be wrong on Monday. I don't think we'll see $100. I'm definitely not backing off that position. We should see this come down. I really think this needs to come down. But again, if it is going to make another push up, it's doing exactly what it needs to be doing. This looks good for the bulls. Honestly, it does. I'm not even going to lie. But it needs to start coming down. And unless the sellers start coming in, I don't know. I worry that this could make another push. 57, 58 close. I think we could see a pretty big sell-off in the afternoon. Buy puts? Do not buy puts on this, please. Do not buy puts. I sold calls and I'm regretting it a little bit, I have to say. Now, this looks really ugly. I sold these when the premium was $2.50 because I thought that it was way overextended. I sold these; they were like at the money. And it squeezed against me. It squeezed to 60. It squeezed to 65. I still liked it. I was like, yeah, I like this position. I'm still not going to get rid of this because I know when we get that sell-off, it's going to be pretty strong. But right now, it looks like it's holding up pretty well. Could squeeze back up into highs. Seen crazy things before. It absolutely can. I just don't think it will. I don't. I mean, that'd be obviously very irrational, but right now, I mean, this looks pretty bullish, I have to say. There's definitely, this is a decent setup. It needs to start coming down. It needs to start selling off now. But 57, 58 close sounds about right. But I mean, we look at this now. 57's right here. That'd be right at VWAP. Yeah, maybe. It's really anyone's guess. Like the thing is, at this point, it's anyone's guess. Any move on this is really just it's just a guess. I'm not looking at any other stocks right now, really. This is the only thing I've got my eyes on because it's just been so crazy. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised by the initial failure to break below VWAP. Obviously, that shows strength. I was looking at these dips, wanted to buy them, but I didn't because again, I thought this had potential to go, back down to $50. Honestly, when you get two halts going up that resumed lower, I mean, give me a break. But here's what really surprised me: this coming down towards VWAP. I thought, okay, this is where we're going to see the lower low, but we didn't. We bounced hard off VWAP, really bullish here, and so that was a surprise to me. But right now, this consolidation, to me, it looks good for the bulls here. I think this could potentially squeeze back up to $65, even in as fast as in 1 minute. We could see it back up at 65. Yeah, 20,000 comment. Yeah, these guys are Reddit. Yeah, no, I know. This is unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe that they're rewarded for this. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. And when I read the comments, it's like, oh, I just bought 20 shares back in. I mean, these aren't the buyers that are pushing these up. It's the squeeze. I mean, the buying helps for sure, but I mean, a lot of this, it's got to be just covering because I still don't believe that there are enough Redditors that can buy this thing and prop it up and generate this kind of move. This is definitely a squeeze. Oh, RLX at $29. Look at this go. This is the IPO today. That's good for that IPO. But back to the focus of GameStop Inc. GameStop Corporation, the best mall retailer when it comes to gaming. I mean, this just, their business model is so solid. It's this stock is a $60 stock easily. All right. Well, the volume's really died out here. This is pretty. The fireworks are over. The move may come on this. Back up to 65. I think is definitely in the cards. But if we don't get that, and even if we do get that, I think the end of day most probable scenario is unfortunately a very large sell-off toward $55 or even lower than that. $55 would be this support right here. I think it's likely that we test that again in the afternoon. And if we do test it again, there's a good chance that we'll break it. And if we break it, then I'm saying the target would be actually more like $50. I think $50 is a reasonable end of day target. And I know that's a long way from here, but right now the volume's petering out. I think we'll see volume start to come back in the afternoon, and I think it's yeah, power hour will ultimately decide what the future of this thing is. We'll see if we can get a little break here to the downside. If we do, I might be looking to buy a dip. Oh. Let's see now. I don't want to buy this too early. But every time I pass on one of these opportunities, the break is on. Yeah, okay. So a nice, looks like a nice bounce off this support perhaps. Or continuation lower. This really needs to make up its mind. But I'm not gonna take it, you know. It's just watch now. Yeah, I mean, this is still really bullish. Look at that. I mean, bounce. I mean, my mind goes to the fact this should push into $65, but that's just my opinion. And then should have bought. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this would have been a nice dip here. It's 59.50. Catch a pop back up to 60.60, 60.50. That's $1 per share on 200 shares. Is $200. So, and now it's continuing higher. So. But yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. And the reason I say that is because it stalled out here for kind of a long time. When I buy dips, I'm mostly looking for it to pop in my favor pretty instantly. Because when it stalls out there, it looks like, well, it's kind of a toss-up whether we're going to continue lower or bounce higher, really. And if it's just a guessing game, then I don't want to take that trade. Yes, it did bounce off the support clear as day, but that wasn't the kind of trade I was going for. If I bought there, it wasn't really because, I mean, the support helps, but I wasn't really going for like, oh, I'm going for the bounce off support. Typically if you go and you're buying in front of support, you set your stop below the support and you're looking for your target might be 63 and you're holding at least for a few minutes. But when I'm on this thing, I just I can't. I don't want to hold this thing for more than definitely not more than a few minutes, and mostly I'm just looking for quick dip trades where I can catch a quick pop back up. And this one came down and then it stayed there, and then it popped back up quickly. So it's just it's tough. Didn't want to take it. I mean, that's literally this entire stream. I've not taken one trade on it. I took a trade on it before right here. Lost on it. I was up on the stock before that trade. I lost $500 right here. But I have not taken a trade since I started this stream. And the best dip trade opportunity I've probably ever seen, you can look back on the stream, was coming out of this halt, this resumption, the move lower here. I even said it live. I said this could be a good dip entry right here. I'm not going to take it because I'm too scared, but this could be one of the best dip entries ever. And sure enough, it was $62, and within 3 minutes back up $10 a share. Even if you just take 100 shares there, that's $1,000 in 3 minutes. You can extrapolate that for as many shares as you would have taken. But again, the risk on it is enormous because I thought it was just as likely that we see a continuation lower back down to $55 like that. Live by the dip, that's absolutely right. I mean, it's okay. Let's see if it'll come down and test the support again. If it does, I think we get the break, and then there could be finally maybe a good dip on this in front of VWAP. We'll see now. Come on, break this support here. I'm definitely not buying in front of support now. Hell no. Hell no. It may bounce off of it, but I'm not buying. No way. No way. Definitely not buying here. This is so boring. It needs to break the support now. Really. The bulls need to take charge and get this thing back up to 65, or we need to break support, because this consolidation is gearing up for a big move. Make no mistake. This huge consolidation, either we're going to get the break lower all the way down to like 55 bucks or 50 bucks, or we're going to bounce off somewhere in here and make a move back up, you know, targeting the highs, but I don't know if we'll get there. But we'll see on this. It needs to break support here. That would be a good sign. But right now, You told Leaf to short Bitcoin? Nice, dude. Yeah, well, Leaf doesn't listen, so. Here it is now. Okay, there's the break of support. Should continue now. Unless the support can hold. Let's see now. I want to see 58 bucks. What if we see 58 and then 57.50? But right now these moves are too slow. The volume's not there. But yeah, I mean these dips are very lucrative. You can see here there was already an opportunity there to scalp about, you know, 70 cents, 80 cents on that. So nothing crazy, but definitely there was an opportunity there. And now we'll see what happens here. This is an odd spot for it. Looking to try to bounce again. What's support resistance? I'm not entirely sure what you mean on that. I mean, there's a bunch of levels on this. A bunch of levels to look at on this. The most recent one was 59.50, where it stalled out at right here. I mean, the next level is probably VWAP around here at 57.50, which it looks like is the next target. We'll see. This is a spot where we could see a large break lower, and you could buy a dip on that. I want to see it break. I want to see it through VWAP before I buy a dip. I've been saying that for the last like hour now. I want to see this through VWAP before I buy a dip. But the problem is, okay, watch it now. I've got my order set up for 200 shares. The problem with it now, again, I wanted to see this opportunity on the initial touch of VWAP. There's a nice break lower there. But the problem, again, is that it's retesting VWAP now for the third time. So the bias on this is that it will break. So if it will break, then you don't really want to necessarily buy a dip on it. The better shot would have been here, where it's more likely to bounce. But now we're coming through hard. So it's hard for me to say I want to buy a dip on this when it looks like it's breaking. Even if we see a large break lower on it, it's tough for me to get in the... Okay, we need to see continuation candle here. If we catch a quick break to 55.30, I'm buying it. But let's see. Is it going to come back up through VWAP? I don't think it will. It should continue lower here. Because again, this is where it's starting to fall apart now. So again, the bias is that it'll break. If it's retesting this, it can hold, but it's more likely to break. So that's why I'm hesitant. But look, it's still at the low of this candle here. I want to watch this closely because there may be a good trade on it. well, now I'm noticing too, I didn't see that before, but you have the 200 moving average right there as well. So that looks more promising for a dip. I really want to see this down at 55 even. 55 even. Now. It needs to break right here. It's going to have a big break here now. Oh, no, it's not doing it. That was a spot. I saw on the time and sales there was a big lots of selling going on. Now it needs to come through now. Again, this is a slow grind lower. The sell-off is starting to accelerate now, but it's still not to the point where I can say like this now. It needs to come through. I want to see it through that. Oh man, okay. I took 100. Oh, I got a partial fill. I'm in for 7. I'm gonna cancel it. Oh no, I got filled. All right, I'm gonna get out. I got like 25 bucks on that trade, but I wanted to get out because the entry wasn't clean. Now I was in there at 54.91. The problem was I missed it. I wanted 54.50 or 54.60, but I got 91 all the way up here, and now it's catching a decent bounce here. So that was the spot. I didn't like the entry that I got, and I only got a partial fill of 7 shares, and there was a bit of a I only got a partial fill, and then it filled me all the way again. And if it comes down and fills you again, then that's I don't typically like that, because that shows me that it hit my bid, it came back up, and then it came back down and filled me the rest. So it feels like the momentum is lower. It is bouncing here, but typically I don't really like that. So let's see how my options are doing. Yeah, coming way back in for me. I was down like 2,000 bucks on these. See, this is what I'm talking about. I maintain that those sold calls are probably safe. But I mean, now that it's come down to 54 bucks, we're bouncing here, but I still don't think I don't know, the argument to be made for finishing the day at 57 bucks or 58 bucks like Tom was predicting, or I don't know who it was, but someone was predicting that. I think that's looking a little bit worse now. I think now we can see this down towards 50 bucks by the end of the day, but that's just a guess. This should sell off coming into the close, but we are bouncing here. That was a great bounce. I just should have held on to it, but it was only 100 shares. I want to see, this is retesting VWAP now. The argument to be made for lower is that it should fail at VWAP here and not come through it. So we'll see if that happens or not. But it should fail here. It can come through and fail, whatever. It just needs to fail here. And this was a solid support, solid bounce to kind of come through there, and it bounced really well. So really I had the right idea on that, waited for it to come down, wasn't buying this dip or anywhere in here, waiting for that support to come in, and then buying it again. And with the context of the 200, it's pretty good. And now you see there was $3 a share, over $3 a share on that move. So even with just 100 shares, that would have been real nice. But I really didn't like the partial fill, and I really wanted 54.50 would have been much better. Because I'm picky about my entries. I only like to get in if it's at the exact right spot. But wow, this is looking extremely strong now. Wow, large engulfing candle on the 5-minute, looking really good. And yeah, looking strong for sure. But all right, I mean, I'm still gonna watch opportunities on this, but as of right now, I think I'm gonna end this stream because the main action is over. The fireworks are over. the party is over for GameStop, in my opinion. We should see this back down somewhere at 55 or 50 bucks by the end of the day, but obviously that doesn't need to happen. But we'll see on it, and I'll be looking for opportunities and see if I can make a little extra money on it. Hopefully my contracts do okay, but right now I'm down on them, but we'll see. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed this, this live stream of, I didn't trade much, but this was crazy action that happened earlier at the beginning of the stream. Crazy stuff. I was going nuts. And leave a like on this, guys, please, before I go, and I would appreciate that. And subscribe if this is interesting stuff for you, because I do this all the time. I mean, I don't stream like this all the time and trade live all the time, but today I just knew I had to do it because we saw GameStop doing crazy things, so I just wanted to share it with everyone and go live for the fun of it. And yeah, if that's of interest to you, then subscribe and like this video, and that's it from me, guys. Alright, good luck, and don't get burned trading this.